Hello there and a very warm welcome to Channels Beam. I am Victor Matthias. In what seems to have turned into another global search, the month of April 2014 will remain the month of nightmare and mystery in the minds of parents, relatives, and friends of abducted schoolgirls in Chibok, Borno State, Nigeria. The abduction of these girls received worldwide outcry and condemnation as people worldwide have organized protests to demand for the immediate and unconditional release of these girls. We discussed the kidnap last week on the program, but we will be looking at new developments that have taken place since then. Joining me is Aisha Oyebode and a host of other Nigerians via a Google Plus Hangout. Hollywood stars. Hollywood stars and the United States First Lady Michelle Obama were highly commended on Twitter for posting their pictures in support of the Bring Back Our Girls struggle. Now only you waka come. The emotional Nigerian First Lady Patience Jonathan broke down in tears on hearing the latest news on the abduction of the girls of the government secondary school in Chibok. Those were the trends. Our online contributors are up next.
It's a very, very sad situation that happened that day. Seriously, I don't know what to think. With all the news coming out again in Nigeria, it's conflicting questions going on there. I really don't know what to think. I have a lot of questions I would like to ask myself. Uh, I'd like answers for the questions I'm asking. Um, it's sad. I'm hoping that with the help from the international body, the girls will be released alive, hopefully.
Regarding this issue, I think that it's really sad. It's sad and pathetic at the same time that we are facing with this type of issue. And it's kind of a bit surprising that at this moment we are still like, it seems like, oh, we just woke up to realize that we are facing a crisis in our hands. There has been the warning sign ever since that something like this, that we would get to this situation. And in our usual style, if something doesn't affect us, we say, oh, well, consign us. But now we really see that this country cannot move forward if something is not done properly. It's really sick to hear, and you begin to wonder, why are we setting up a presidential committee? Is that the most effective means to actually tackle this situation or this crisis we have on our hands? What are the security agencies doing? Does it mean that the DSS, the what with this SSS, the military, they really do not have not been able to give a definite number or accurate number or an estimated number. WAEC is saying that they actually they were supposed to have an exam. So how many people were registered in this place that they were going to go to school? Why can't we actually have simple things correctly done? It is because of the negligence of duty and actually pursuing things which are really not so important in the name of trying to play politics, that we have neglected the simplest of tasks. For example, how is it possible that a city like Abuja, that government has not been able to put up CCTV camera everywhere, and people are not able to go about knowing that security, even if you don't have police on foot or soldiers on foot, that somebody is somewhere watching the streets for you, and you can actually track down crisis or crimes like this. So these are the things that are actually bordering on us as a nation.
I think this is not the first time we've heard something like that, and seen him say something of that nature before. And I wonder why it has to take this long for us to start seeing this thing as a serious issue. You know. And I strongly believe that now that it has become an international issue, it's going to be given that seriousness that it deserves. Because I mean, it just doesn't make any sense really that we have to wait this long before we look at these things as something that should be treated as serious as it is. You know. So well, we are watching. You know, the whole world is watching now. You know, and we're hoping that in things to come, we're going to start seeing results.
People are saying a lot of things that, oh, actually, this must be some kind of scam because really, are there some girls missing? How would girls who can, how would you carry 100 or 200 people without nobody seeing the bus leave? Were they transported on foot, on camel, or on truck, or something like that? But we really know that at some point the executives of those areas have said that the the militants, what they do have, or the terrorists, what they do have as a weapon, are more than what the soldiers do have. And me, if I am a soldier and you actually say to me I should go and fight someone who has a superior weapon, I think I'm actually going to be wanting to shield back because I don't want to die quickly for no reason for a country that actually would not recognize my effort, would actually would be quick to move on, would not even my family for the rest of their life would be struggling to get a compensation or whatever that was due to me. So these are the things that we actually, it's really a holistic approach that we need in this. But it's good that the United States are actually offering their help. They are sending some foot soldiers as well as some technology, as we have been reading. So I hope that this actually would help, to see if they can get to the roots of this issue. Let them free the girls. This is the most important thing. If they are going to fight, let them fight. But I have sisters, and it would be sad that someone would actually be having this feeling that he's losing someone in this way.
Like I always believe, the buck stops at the president's table, and whatever is happening in the military today can be blamed on him. Now, issue is he's got enormous power with him, and like he confirmed during the chat, he said that within 40% of the power bestowed to him, Nigerians will start complaining. Now, we are not asking him to start brutalizing anybody. You're just asking him to take responsibility of what is happening. The military today is divided, and it's simple. The money that's been allocated to them to work is being stolen. Not only that, even money that ought to be allocated to them is not being allocated to them. And so you have a lot of problems. People are divided. The same problem you have in Nigerian structure, you have in Nigeria, the same problem you have in the military. Everybody is from their tribe. Everybody will believe. People believe they are Yorubas before they are Nigerians. Instead of it to be the other way around. Now we are copying the American system of democracy. If you won't say an American today who will tell you he's a Californian or he's from Texas. They will all tell you they are Americans before they can now tell you where they're living. Now, I hope that the current constitutional conference that is holding will be able to address some of these issues so that Nigerian problem can be solved. Now, if you can get some of these issues solved, it will help us in the military. Because one, the Nigerians believe that in what we call state of origin, I believe we can do more than that. We can move to what I call state of residency. If we can begin to identify based on the state we live, I guess that will help us much. And that is why states like Rivers and, of course, Sokoto, they've abandoned this issue of state of origin. Now, if you attend your university and all that, and you reside there, you're treated like one of them. Now, if we can get these basic things, if we can get them, it will help also in the military. But leaving all of that aside, the Nigerian presidency, if you can work on corruption and work on some of these other issues, it will help a long way in bringing this Boko Haram stuff to an end. Don't forget when Colonel Salisu was killed, a very vibrant military officer. When he was killed, he was ambushed by the Boko Haram men, and of course, they didn't have enough ammunition to face these guys. Now, imagine $20 billion, that has been stolen. Imagine if that was channeled into the military, it could have bought a lot of hardware and equipment for them. Not only that, Okupe said something just yesterday when speaking with CNN. He said they've been spending a lot of money on the military, but they have not been training them. Now, whose fault is that? Is it the fault of the citizen or the fault of the presidency? So I think the buck stops at the president's table, and he should look for a way to get these things sorted out. Nigerians are confused. we're looking up to the presidency for leadership, and we are getting none. And that is why the protests are still continuing till now.
So there are a lot of questions people are putting up online that one stumble on. And questions like the one the WAEC said that they asked the governor not to open the school wasn't safe, and the governor still went on. There'll be no response from the government of that state regarding this. How the ladies could the escapees could be contradicting themselves. The first escapee said they came with a bus. The second one said they came with a truck. The other one said they spent 2 hours walking. And people are asking questions. And like me, I like to read through questions. I'm still expecting a good statement from the government of that state to come out and say yes, indeed. Why people told us to do this? Why people told us to do that? And people are also asking why is it that the kidnappers didn't take the principal's daughter? My own question is, where are the fathers to these girls? My own question again is how the they kidnapped 200 or something, and the school said they had 500. What happened to the other 300 students that were in the school? Why are they not asking questions? Where are the accounts of the boys that were in the school? Where are the accounts of the teachers that were in the school? Why are people avoiding these questions?
John, I must correct this impression from you. First of all, the Americans are not quick to jump in. It is more than 3 weeks these girls have been abducted now, and they're just coming in, so they are not quick. Now, having said that, we must understand the fact that information dissemination in this process has been so whacked. We don't hear any update, we don't hear anything. And of course, the question now shouldn't even be, are these girls adopted or not? Because I know Asari Dokubo has actually doubted the fact that these girls are adopted. And the moment we still begin to argue, not, the more hard it is for us to find them. And so the point now is we should look for a way to get these girls. We shouldn't even be doubting. Now, these girls were adopted. It is the truth. Now, don't forget that before now, it has always been the style of Boko Haram to adopt young girls. Don't forget when in February thereabout, when they went to another boys' school and killed close to 40 boys, some girls were adopted. We didn't say anything about that. Before now, just on Monday, I heard that 11 girls were abducted again. So, and of course, we have read several stories about these girls being kidnapped, about women being kidnapped and all that. And of course, they use them for sex slave. So I think the issue for us now is to look for a way. To bring these girls out. People keep saying it's a hoax. People keep saying they were adopted, but I want to tell you that it is a lie. These girls were adopted, and we should look for a way to bring them back as soon as possible. This is what Boko Haram wants for us. They want us to be discussing if they were adopted or not. Why they keep raping these girls daily? Why they keep marrying them forcefully to terrorists? So I want to believe that we shouldn't even be asking questions right now if they are adopted or not. We should be pressing on the presidency, and of course every nation that needs to help us to bring these girls back safe and alive.
When I go online and I see the way our people comment, especially people who are not from the north, we actually are killing or going to destroy our country. It's the way we are projecting or perceiving our northern friends and brothers, because I do have friends who are northerners. We are beginning to build the sentiment around anyone who is a northerner, and by trying to classify them or as potential terrorists. This is the mindset that the world, or this is the thing that actually we are facing in the world today, that after September 11, a lot of people, a lot of countries began to view people who are of Arab origin as a potential terrorist, and we see the consequence, how it is around the world, that it has not helped. We should really be careful, because if you read a lot of comments about people who disagree with the northerners because of the president is from the south, are beginning to potentially, building this sentiment around the fact that anyone who is of a northern origin is a potential terrorist. We should try and learn not to go that far. Again, this boys out. This is brings to the next point where a lot of people have said, that it's all these things are happening because they want to sabotage the presidency because he is northerner, he's a southerner and stuff like that, and that is why everything is happening. And I ask myself, if this is true, and the president did say once in his speech that he has some people who have infiltrated his government, and he knows this, and he is the CNC, and he has been firing and hiring security chiefs all these years, and he is not able to take a bold step to eradicate them if he really believes in this, then it says a lot about the leadership of the country. Because he cannot tell me that if I am the commander in the chief and I feel that some people are sabotaging me, no matter how highly placed you are, no matter how many billions you think you have in your account, and I have the government, I have I am the chief security officer and the commander in chief, I will do everything to make sure that I root them out and set example. Heads will roll, and it's because these things is not happening, and then people are whooping up the sentiment that it is all propaganda, it is all against, because of that the president is in the south and minority. That is why all these things are happening. All this for me is what I call total rubbish and uneducated sentiments.